Welcome to The Right Stuff from Goldspot Pens, a podcast that guides you from pen noob to aficionado in less than 20 minutes. I'm your host, Tom Otto. In this episode, I'll show you the latest releases for the upcoming Lunar New Year, a pen you can write with when you turn your pajamas inside out, and our latest exclusive Opus 88 pen design. To top it all off, we select the winner of our 100K giveaway. There it is, folks. You have the silver play button. That is an award that we got from YouTube for hitting 100,000 subscribers, and we couldn't have done it without your help. Every person that is a subscriber of ours, of course, contributes to that success, and we appreciate you guys for subscribing, for liking, commenting, and of course for supporting Goldspot Pens, who is the main force behind being able to have the time to come and produce these videos for you guys. So thank you again for providing us with this achievement that of course we will have in the studio from now on. So as we promised in our previous episode of The Right Stuff, we have the big giveaway for 100K. So stay tuned till the end when we announce who won the $800 Ikaku Urushi lacquered fountain pen with the Regalia Writing Labs Crossflex nib. So the first new release I'd like to talk about is this beautiful Benu Euphoria Draco Darling. It's a 2024 limited edition that celebrates the Lunar New Year, which is coming up on February 10th. And it's appropriate because it's a 10-sided Euphoria model. It has a material that is quite deep in burgundy, but has sort of a purplish shimmer when it hits the light a certain way. And it also has highlights of some bright red shimmer, almost like kind of clouds that go through that burgundy. And of course, the main highlight of this pen here is the hand-painted dragon. It's kind of a little bit on the cutesy side. It's got little clouds on it, and instead of like breathing fire, it kind of looks like there's a little kind of trident that's there. I don't know exactly what's going on with it, but it's adorable design for a Year of the Dragon pen. I usually would equate a Year of the Dragon pen with having more of a hard-edged, kind of like menacing looking dragon, but this is cool. It's very cute. It is individually hand numbered, so you could see the hand numbering is on the barrel. This one says it's 151 out of 250, and like it says on here, 250 is the limited edition number that this is available in, so 250 of these and that's gone. So this pen writes with a number 6 size stainless steel nib made by Schmidt. It's a very reliable nib that people have been enjoying writing with Benu pens. And it also fills by cartridge or converter, of which both options are included with the pen. The Benu Euphoria Draco Darling is available on goldspot.com, very limited time because there's, of course, limited number of pens for $280. Now, perhaps to go with your Draco Darling or with any of your fountain pens that you'd like to use, this is a Colorverse special edition made for the Lunar New Year called Blue Dragon. In 2023, we had the Colorverse New Year ink, which was a green, had gold and silver shimmer, and it matched another Benu pen called the New Year 2023 Euphoria. This year, though, Colorverse celebrates the Year of the Dragon with not one, but 4 different ink colors, but they're all kind of the same base. So I'll show you what I mean. So the standard Blue Dragon is just a deep teal blue with red sheen. Then there's 3 different variants that have shimmer in it. So you have a shimmering gold, which has added gold shimmer, of course. Then there's a glistening silver. It's very subtle, but it does have glints of silver in it. And then there's a glistening blue, which is even more subtle. All 4 different colors have that reddish sheen. I think that the gold kind of sticks out a little bit more, kind of like Emerald of Chivor does. But no matter what kind of variety of shimmer or not shimmer, you have 4 different options of this Year of the Dragon ink, and it's been so popular so far that we couldn't keep it in stock fast enough, and neither could Luxury Brands of America, which is Colorverse's US distributor. They had to reorder more, so if you happen to hop on the website right now and they're not in stock, just sign up for that in-stock notification and we'll let you know when more arrive. So you can find these 15 milliliter bottles for $15 on goldspot.com. So you might have heard about turning your pajamas inside out when snow is in the forecast to get a day off from school, right? So how about writing with this Sailor Pro Gear Slim First Snow fountain pen when there's snow in the forecast? Would that do anything for you? Well, maybe it might. Celebrate winter's majestic beauty with icy white, translucent barrel and cap. Then the icy white barrel and cap are complemented with dark blue grip section and end finials, which also have shimmering particles suspended throughout the material. Then, of course, the item that you notice first, probably, is the designs that are then printed on the barrel, which is a wintry theme. It has snowflakes and other geometric patterns on here that are blue, light blue, and silver. And it's actually gives the pen a little bit of texture anywhere where the design is printed. So it's not quite hand painted like the Benu pen is. So this is more of like what you would see with the Opus 88 that we will show you a little bit later on. And let's say the Baby Beluga, or also the Blizzard, which kind of has a similar vibe than this, as this pen also does too. But this pen also has some really neat accents about it that you don't notice right away, which is on the end finial you have a snowflake that's here. Usually you would see the Sailor anchor logo, but on this particular pen it's got a snowflake. And also too is that you would notice with any Sailor nib, this is a 14 karat gold nib. It is rhodium finish to match the trims, but usually you would see with the Sailor nib would have the Sailor logo, would have the anchor on it, and it would have the little bit of decoration around it. But this one has got the snowflakes on it, which then matches, of course, the rest of the pen. So to complete the box set, we have not only the pen, includes a converter. The converter is also in the pen too. So there's a converter, and they have white ends on here so that, because usually they come in black, and it would kind of mess with, I think it would mess with the translucency of the barrel. It would kind of look a little dark on the bottom there. So a really nice job pairing it with the white handled piston converter. And then it also includes a bottle of ice gray Sailor ink, which, I mean, any ink I'm always game for when it comes to Sailor. And this particular ink, I think, matches pretty well with the white translucent barrel, especially where the little parts of the blue are kind of hidden underneath the barrel. It's a very, very light gray, and it has some purple and blue undertones to it. So not very much a standout bold sort of ink. It's definitely undersaturated, and it has some good shading with it too, but it might be a little too undersaturated for easy reading, let's say. But for something like this, it's a medium fine nib, so it should show up decently enough, but it might be a little bit hard to read because it is such a light colored ink. The Sailor First Snow set is only available in medium fine nib, with a retail price of $350, on sale for $280 while supplies last. Bring your analog workspace wherever you go with the new genuine leather A4 Folio from Endless. It has this gorgeous, soft, smooth, handcrafted leather that's made in India. It has two pull tabs that unzip this A4 Folio, and it lays flat so that you could have your workspace out in front of you. You have on the right side a couple of pockets so that you could either slip in an A4 notebook horizontally, or you could put in an A4 tablet, like a Rhodia tablet, going vertically here. And the inside here, this chocolate brown inside, is a suede feeling liner, so it's very soft as well. And then as far as the right side and your pen storage is concerned, you have spots for 3 pens here and then 1 in the middle. The pen loops are adjustable, just like the Endless Companion loops are, where you could use this pull tab to then tighten down the strap that is woven in between each of the pens to keep them nice and tight as you carry your case. So you could close it like this, and all your pens are secure. The middle spot here could be for an additional pen, of which that is not adjustable, so it has to pretty much fit. And it fits a fairly wide diameter type of pen, like you see here with the Euphoria. And it's a really soft elastic, so it's pliable if you need to fit in a larger pen. Now on the right side of the folio, you have spots for business cards, receipts, papers, and the like. And then you have one large expandable pocket that's on the left side that could fit a 12-inch tablet or notebook. It's available in 4 different colors, of which this is the brown. It's also available in black, blue, and green for $150 at goldspot.com. If you want to check out more options for pen cases, look at our video for top 7 pen cases of 2024, which you could find using the card above. Last time we had the Estie Raven in the Piston-Filler version, they flew away very quickly. Now they're back, so we can finally talk about them for just a hot second. The Raven is the first special edition Estie fountain pen that features a piston pump filling mechanism instead of a cartridge converter, and it's the first version of this that the modern Esterbrook brand has seen. It's also a departure from what you would usually see in an Estie seasonal or special edition, where you would usually have a very, very colorful acrylic pen that has marbled colors and very wild design, but they went black on black for this design. And it's a really, really nice combination of matte and polish finishes. So you have a matte black acrylic that serves as the pen's barrel and cap, that's then complemented with glossy black trims. As with other Estie fountain pens, there's a spring-loaded cap closure, and the grip section has to be a little bit longer to then engage the spring-loaded cushion closure. And it also has this spring-loaded piston pump filling mechanism, which is revealed by unscrewing the back blind cap of the pen. So when you unscrew the pen of a piston filler, usually you would expect that the piston mechanism operates as you're doing it, but as you do it with this, it just kind of unscrews freely, and then you have what other vacuumatic fans would see and would be like, oh, well, this looks like a vacuumatic pump. And it kind of works in a similar aspect. It's spring-loaded, and it activates a little piston that's on the inside that then would draw ink into the pen. And I brought a bottle of ink to demonstrate that, and I will narrate it for people who are just listening to the podcast, is that I have a bottle of Waterman Serenity Blue ink, of which I uncapped, and then I'm going to dip the pen nib so that it is completely submerged in the ink. And my ink level is starting to get a little low, so I need to kind of tilt the bottle one way to make sure I'm completely submerging it. And then I'm just going to press on that spring-loaded button and then let up, and I've got ink in the pen. And you can see that because the Estie Raven here in this piston model has a clear acrylic window. So I can see that I've got ink inside the pen. I could just wipe down the nib a little bit, and I'm good to go. The Raven is also Esterbrook's first black toned nib. So this is a stainless steel nib made by Jovo. It's a number 6 size nib. This is the first time we're seeing it in black with the Esterbrook Infinity logo imprinted on it. This is available in extra fine through broad and a 1.1 millimeter stub. The retail on this Estie Raven piston filler is $275, but is on sale for $247.50. And the last pen that we have to feature is the second Gold Spot exclusive of 2024 that I teased in the last podcast episode. This is the mini yet mighty Opus 88 Mini Sakura, designed by Tracy Marcioli, who has also designed many of your favorite Gold Spot exclusives like Baby Beluga, it's another Opus 88 Mini, the Blizzard, Retro 51's Fright Night, Coffee House, Tea Time, and more. For this design, Tracy patterned pink and white Sakura that are carried along gracefully using wind currents throughout the cap and barrel. And the cap is a solid black, but it's then contrasted with a frosted translucent barrel. Just like with other Opus 88 fountain pens, the Mini is an eyedropper fill fountain pen, which then gives it a very large ink capacity for a pocket-sized pen. It will carry approximately 1.8 milliliters of ink with you, and it will also protect you against accidental burping or leaking using this ingenious little shutoff valve here, which was common to Japanese vintage fountain pens, and still can be found today with a lot of vacuum fill fountain pens like the Custom 823. And what it does is it basically will shut the remaining reservoir of ink in the barrel away from the feeding system. So when you have the blind cap fully engaged like this, there's a little piston that's at the very end of this rod that's inside of the pen, and what it does is it blocks off the front part of the feeder tube so that there's no ink that is getting into the feeder tube. So let's say if you were outside and it's a very hot day and sun is beating down on your pen barrel and you have less than half the remaining ink inside your pen, what would happen is the air pressure would grow inside of your pen because of the heat beating down on it and exciting and expanding the gas, the air inside of your pen. And what would happen is air needs someplace to go, especially when it's expanding. So if you have the tail open like this, it may end up pushing that ink out of the pen. But if you're out, if you're on a plane, if you're in hot weather, you could close this shut as you're writing with it, or if you're traveling with it, and it won't leak out at all because all of that ink will be trapped inside the barrel. To fill your Opus 88 Mini, it includes an eyedropper so you could drop ink directly into the barrel. And it's fitted with a number 5 size stainless steel nib made by Jowo. Nib grades range from extra fine through broad and a 1.4 millimeter stub. And for those who are curious, you could snap post the cap on the back of your pen. It does then turn if you wanted to. It could turn a little bit on here, but you could snap post on the back and then take it off whenever you'd like. So that way it becomes more of like a full-size pen when you're writing with it. At $79, this is a pretty great value, especially for something that's an exclusive. If it's out of stock, just sign up for a back in stock notification because this is not a limited edition. It's something that we plan on carrying as long as you guys would like to purchase them, same as Baby Beluga. In our last podcast episode, we asked for your ideas about dream pen collaborations, and you did not disappoint. Some of the ideas we already have in the works for 2024, which I'm pretty excited to share with you once they materialize. But only one person can walk away with the Ikaku fountain pen that we have as our 100K giveaway. So congrats go to Johan-VK5YD for winning the big 100K giveaway of the Ikaku Haizao Seaweed Fountain Pen with the custom crafted Crossflex fountain pen nib. Just email me at tom@goldspot.com to claim your prize. Johan's been subscribed to our channel for 4 years, and whether you've just found us or have been with us from the start, we appreciate your kind, encouraging comments. Keep them coming because we have another giveaway for our next week's episode. So this week, hit the comments for a chance to win a Leonardo Momento Zero Black Sands fountain pen in medium point. To enter, you must be subscribed to the Goldspot Pens channel, like this video, and leave a comment with a question you'd like for me to answer in a future episode. If I answer your question of the week, you win. If you'd like to see me write with the pens mentioned in this week's episode, you could check out Goldspot Pens YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks for writing samples. Thank you for checking out this week's episode of the Write Stuff podcast by Goldspot Pens. Now go out there, put your pen to paper, and write stuff. Until next time, stay inky, my friends. Take care.